Hello and welcome to Yoga with Sada. Today we're going to be doing a flow that is concentrated on balance, getting into tree posture. As we are entering the holiday season, a lot of us are going to be out of our routine, interacting with friends and loved ones and family. In that can come a lot of imbalance in our chakras, in our posture, in even just our emotional well-being. And through this flow, we can center ourselves through some balanced postures, further rooting ourselves to the earth, as well as connecting ourselves to others. Because when we're balanced, when our cup is full, we can then have the capacity to have conversations with our family members, maybe for a week if you're going out of town. All these different things can be affecting us in different ways. So this is to come back to ourselves, into our bodies, root ourselves down, and connect with others. So through that, I'm going to have us start in a mudra. So come to the top of your mat in just a comfortable seated position. And we're going to sit in the Anjali mudra. So that's our fingertips. We're going to be pressing our palms and fingertips together in prayer hands. Your thumbs can actually press into your heart in this position. And this Anjali mudra is our channeling our energy in unification. This is the light in me recognizes the light in you. And through that, as we're getting into tree pose later on, this is something we can always come back to, is our prayer hands connecting ourselves to others, just like the roots of the trees are all connected. So close your eyes in this comfortable seat, ground down through your sits bones. And we're going to take a couple inhales and exhales through our nose and out through our mouth. So inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Big inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Go through this 3 more times at your own pace. Eyes come open, let go of that mudra. And here we're going to do some side bends. So lift up your right hand, reach it over to the left, dropping your elbow in your left arm. And don't slouch forward in this to hurt your back. Make sure you're tipping your heart forward and looking up to the sky here. Coming back to those breaths. Big inhale into your ribs here. Come back to center. Other side, left hand lifts up, dropping your right elbow to the ground. Look up at your hand. It's okay if you can't side bend too far. We're just getting warmed up. Opening our heart. Roll over your feet and sit on your knees here. Tuck the backs of the toes to the top of the mat. Tucking, sitting in this posture. We're going to do a heart opener here. So just like we reached back with our hands, you're going to reach back and press your heart up towards the sky. Opening up your chest. And walk back up facing forward. You should feel a stretch in your toes too as well. Come into all fours, tap the tops of your feet. I'm going to face this way so you can see me here. Tap the tops of your feet and kind of get that stretch out. And in all fours, we're going to go through some cat-cows. So on your Inhale, I want you to scoop your belly down and arch your spine, looking up towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, arch your spine up, pulling the belly button to your spine. Get a stretch here. Inhale, arch your spine, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull your belly button into your spine. Move through this at your own pace. 2 more times. Moving with your breath. 1 more inhale. Look up. And exhale, pull your belly button into your spine. Tap the tops of your feet again. And here I'm going to switch my positioning. We are going to get into our first downward dog. But to do that, we're going to warm up our quads here for a moment. Tuck your toes, lift your knees 2 inches off the ground, hold this posture. And make sure you're pressing your hands into the ground to get a scapula push-up. What I want you to do is, we're going to go through this 2 times, just 2 scapula push-ups. Drop your shoulders and press your shoulders away from you. 1, drop your shoulders, press them away from you. 2. Make sure your scapula can be engaged through the rest of these downward dogs. I don't want lazy shoulders here. You're going to be engaged. Okay, coming back to neutral. Tuck your toes, lift your knees 1 more time. Hold this posture. We're just engaging our core. We're activating our muscles, getting ready to move and be balanced. And drop down to the ground. With our core engaged, it can better help our balancing postures as we go through our tree series. Okay. Tuck your toes, press your butt up into the ceiling, come into your first downward dog. Again, you are pressing through your fingertips as your heels go back towards the back of the mat. Evenly pressing your fingertips into the ground, not too much pressure on your wrists. Take a moment here. Walk your downward facing dog. And I'll give you an example again. Walk your downward facing dog. Maybe shake out some of the lactic acid you have. Get a little bit warmed up. This is our first downward dog of the day, so it's okay if your heels don't go all the way to the floor yet. All right. Lift your right leg up, coming into 3-legged dog. Shoot your right leg in between your hands. Step down into low lunge. Hands come up to the sky and press back down into our Anjali Mudra. Hold this for a moment, getting a stretch in your hip flexor here. Hips are facing towards the front of the room, squared off. Hands come to the sides of your foot. Straighten out your leg into half splits. Inhale. Exhale, face forward back into low lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your back leg. Bring your right leg to meet your left. Coming into our first chaturanga. So you can do this on your knees because this is our first chaturanga. Drop your elbows towards your rib cage, slowly coming into push-up position. Press into upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Left hand comes to the sky. 3-legged dog. Shoot your left foot in between your hands. Knee drops down. Untuck your toes, coming into low lunge. Hands up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come into prayer. Anjali Mudra. Knee is right over your ankle here. And hands come to the ground, press into half splits. Inhale. Exhale, come back into half splits. Tuck the toes, lift your back knee. Press your left leg to meet your right, chaturanga. Downward facing dog. All right, walk your hands to meet your feet, forward lunge. Ragdoll here, grab opposite elbows. I'm gonna turn this way so you can see me. Maybe sway left to right, shake your head, no, nod it, yes. Drop your hands. Then a half lift, straighten out your back. Hands come to your shins or to your toes, or even to your thighs if it feels best. But straighten out your spine. Forward fold. Swan dive your hands up to the sky. Hands come back into Anjali Mudra. Okay. Come to the top of your mat. We're gonna come to the middle of your mat, actually. Okay, we're going to get into our first tree pose. Hands are at heart center. Lift your right knee to your chest. Toes are pulled back, facing towards your knee. Hold this, just for a breath. Drop your hands into mountain. Pull your right knee back, opening up your hip. Pull it towards the right. Hold this. Remember, we're balancing. And now bring your right foot into your inner left thigh, or it could be modification, it could be on your calf here, but if it feels comfortable to you, coming into your inner left thigh here. We're in tree pose. Shoulders are pulled away from our neck. We're not arching. Make sure you check that you're not tightened up. I'm totally losing my balance here. Okay, coming back into it. Tree pose. See if you can spread your branches of your tree here. And one step further, close your eyes. I don't know if I quite can balance on this side right now. Beautiful. Hands come back down. This time, take your right ankle and cross it over the top of your left knee. Sit back into figure four. Standing figure four. This is what it's going to look like from the side. We're sitting in this. Staying in figure four, forward fold down to the ground. Hands drop, touching the top of your mat. Again, remembering all the muscles we've engaged. Shoulders are active, abs are active, foot is planted. See if you can walk your right hand to meet the top of your foot. And in that, bring your left hand to meet the top of your foot. See if you can balance here for a moment. And drop your foot coming into mountain pose. Inhale, hands sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands towards the top of your mat. Go through your vinyasa flow, chaturanga. Lower down, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. All right, tree pose on the other side. We're gonna go a little quicker this time. Left leg reaches up towards the sky, shoots between your hands. Coming up into high lunge. One breath here. And right foot meets the left, coming into mountain. Lift your left leg forward up towards your chest. Toes aren't lazy, toes are facing up towards your knee. And mountain. Bring your left knee to the left side of the room. Hold this. Core is still engaged, pelvis is tucked. Bring your left foot into your inner right thigh or to your calf modification. Holding this tree pose here. Hands can stay here in mountain or come into Anjali Mudra. Close your eyes if you have enough balance. You might get a little wobbly, that's okay. Okay. I'm gonna back up so you can see me. Okay. And spread out the limbs of your tree for a moment. One big inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Okay, left ankle crosses over the top of the right knee. Seated chair pose. Holding for a moment. And drop your hands to the mat. Forward fold in figure 4. If you have the balance, left hand comes to the top of your right foot. And then right hand comes to the top of your left hand. See if you can hold that. If you have enough balance, you can even try looking towards the back of the room. Ooh. It's okay if you lose your balance at any point. Congratulations, you're a human being. And drop your left foot. Shake out your legs a little bit. Come into mountain pose. Roll your shoulders back, relax them. Deep breath here. Inhale, sweep your arms above you. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk out, go through your vinyasa. Elbows come to rib cage, lower yourself down. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Okay, one more series we're gonna go through in balancing posture. Lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Shoot it in between your hands, come into forward lunge. Forward high lunge, excuse me. And this time, instead of stepping into mountain, we're coming right up. Knee comes up with us, left leg. I'm backing up for you. And now take your peace fingers with your left hand, hook them over your big toe. This might be enough for some of you. And if so, stay in this position. If you want to go further, you can straighten out your left leg, right forward in front of you, and swing your left leg towards the left side of the room. Hold this. Bring it back forward. Don't drop right away, hold it up. Foot is still flexed. Drop it to meet your right. Forward fold, half lift. Forward fold, shake it out. Shake out your legs. Walk your hands towards the top of your mat. Press into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up. Step into forward facing lunge. Hands come up to the sky. Get ready to bring your right knee up. Inhale. Take your peace fingers, hook it around your big toe, press your foot forward. Open it out up to the side. Again, if you lose your balance, that's okay. Bring it forward. Balance here. And step down. Mountain pose. Hands come up towards the sky. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Go through one more vinyasa flow. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Coming to plank, drop your knees down, lower yourself all the way down to the bottom of your mat. Come up into Sphinx pose. A counter stretch, arch your spine up. Don't drop into your shoulders, no lazy shoulders here. We are engaging our scapula, pressing out. Almost as if you were going to drag yourself off your mat. That's how active your hands are. And if you can, straighten out your arms. Get a spinal push-up, coming up into seal. And back down into Sphinx. Press into child's pose here. Coming up. All right, roll onto your butt. Face your feet right ahead of you. We're just going to lift our arms and drop forward into a forward facing fold. Thanking our bodies for doing something that is sometimes difficult. Balance comes with hard work and intention, not only on our mats, but in life. So thank your body for doing that for you. And come down, lie onto your mat. Bring your knees to your chest. Take your right hand and pull your knees to the right. Left hand comes out into cactus. Look towards your left hand, get a spinal twist here. Knees come back up to chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Take your left hand, pull your knees to the left side. Cactus out your right arm, look towards the right. Knees come back to chest. Give yourself one more big squeeze. Again, thanking your body. And release your feet to the mat. Release your hands facing upwards towards the ceiling in a receiving posture into your Shavasana. you're ready, feel your hands and your toes. Take a big inhale. Release it. Exhale. One more inhale through your nose. Hold it. Exhale. Roll onto your right side into fetal position. Again, leaving whatever you need to on your mat. Press up with your left hand into a seated posture. And we will end this class just how we started it. One big inhale. And sweep up and exhale into prayer. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. We're all connected. Namaste.